Welcome back to our channel World of Coins, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. The Kisatchie 2015 Washington Quarter is one of the most fascinating pieces in the United States America. The Beautiful Quarters program, capturing not only the spirit of Louisiana but also the wild beauty of nature. Many people know it as just another quarter in their change, but collectors understand its deeper story and significance. This coin celebrates the Kisatchie National Forest, a place filled with longleaf pines, rolling hills, and a rich history of conservation and wildlife. Released in 2015, this quarter became an instant favorite among those who love state and national park designs. The reverse of the coin features a stunning image of a wild turkey in mid-flight, wings spread, rising above the tall grass and pines. It's a design that almost feels alive, as if the bird could take off right from the metal. This lifelike detail is what makes the Kisatchie quarter stand out from many other modern designs. The obverse of the coin keeps the traditional portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and used since 1932. The simplicity of Washington's portrait contrasts beautifully with the energetic scene on the reverse, making it a well-balanced work of art. It's the kind of design combination that appeals to both everyday Americans and serious numismatists. While most people carry the Kisatchie quarter in their pockets without a second thought, coin enthusiasts know that certain versions of this quarter can be worth much more than 25 cents. The key lies in condition, mint mark, and sometimes even minting errors that slipped past quality checks. A flawless, uncirculated example, especially in high-grade mint state, can command impressive prices in the collector's market. One thing that makes the Kisatchie quarter particularly interesting is the variety of mint marks it comes with, from Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each mint mark carries its own level of rarity, with certain low-mintage proof coins becoming prized finds. Collectors especially seek out the silver-proof versions struck in San Francisco, which have a bright mirror-like finish and a richer look than the regular clad coins. Errors and unique strikes are where values can truly soar. A misaligned die, an off-center strike, or even a double die variety can transform a common coin into something extraordinary. These mistakes are rare and often found only by sharp-eyed collectors who inspect every detail under magnification. The Kisatchie National Forest itself adds to the coin's charm. Located in Louisiana, this sprawling forest covers over 600,000 acres and is home to a variety of wildlife, from deer to rare birds. The decision to feature the wild turkey was both a nod to the forest's biodiversity and a tribute to the importance of conservation. When you hold one of these quarters, you're not just holding a piece of money, you're holding a little piece of American history and natural beauty. The engraving work captures the grace of the turkey in a way that feels almost photographic, which is a remarkable achievement in such a small space. Some Kisatchie quarters have been graded by professional coin grading services and have achieved near-perfect scores. These top-tier coins, known as MS-67 or MS-68, can bring strong prices at auction. Collectors are willing to pay premium amounts for them because high-grade examples of modern quarters are surprisingly hard to come by. The condition of a coin is everything in numismatics. While circulated Kisatchie quarters may have scratches, wear, and dull luster, uncirculated examples shine with sharp details and crisp edges. This is why coin collectors often focus on finding the highest quality specimens they can. One of the things that surprises many people is that even coins from the 2010s can be worth thousands if they are rare varieties or perfect condition strikes. The Kisatchie quarter is a prime example of this, proving that valuable coins are not just from decades or centuries ago. For new collectors, the Kisatchie quarter can be a fun starting point. It's affordable in its regular form but offers the thrill of hunting for rare and valuable versions. Finding one in loose change might be unlikely, but the chance is never zero, which makes every quarter worth a second look. The silver-proof version is a real showstopper. Made from 90% silver, it has a warm shine and depth that sets it apart from its copper-nickel counterpart. These silver proofs were sold directly to collectors in special sets, so they were never meant for circulation. Many people who come across the Kisatchie quarter don't know that it is part of the America the Beautiful series, which ran from 2010 to 2021. This series honored 56 national parks and sites, one from each state and territory. The Kisatchie coin is Louisiana's contribution to this program. Auctions have shown that demand for certain Kisatchie quarters remains strong. Sometimes, bidding wars break out among collectors eager to get their hands on a perfect example. It's not just about owning the coin, it's about the pride of having one of the best examples known to exist. For coin enthusiasts, spotting a high-value Kisatchie quarter in the wild is like finding buried treasure. The excitement of discovering one, even in pocket change, is what keeps many collectors searching year after year. The artistry of the design is also worth noting. The feathers on the turkey are incredibly detailed, with each one individually rendered. The grass sways naturally, and the background pines create a sense of depth and space. For a coin less than an inch wide, that level of detail is remarkable. Collectors often store these coins in protective holders to prevent damage. Even a small scratch or fingerprint can lower a coin's grade and therefore its value. Proper care is essential for maintaining the coin's potential worth. Some dealers specialize in modern commemorative quarters, and the Kisatchie is often one of the highlights in their cases. Its beauty, combined with its potential value, makes it a crowd favorite at coin shows and exhibitions. Even casual coin collectors often remember the first time they saw a Kisatchie quarter. Its design has a certain personality that stands out in the series, making it instantly recognizable among other state and park quarters. While millions were minted, the vast majority will never be worth more than face value. The key is finding those rare examples, the coins that escaped circulation in perfect condition or have unusual errors. Coin collecting is as much about passion as it is about profit. The Kisatchie quarter captures that balance beautifully, offering both an artistic masterpiece and the thrill of a valuable find. Some high-grade Kisatchie quarters have been discovered in original mint rolls, untouched since leaving the mint. These are the kind of finds that make a collector's heart race. If you ever come across a Kisatchie quarter, take a moment to look closely at it. You might just have a rare piece that could be worth far more than you think. The joy of coin collecting is that you never know what you might find next. Every coin has a story, and the Kisatchie 2015 quarter's story is one of nature, beauty, and hidden value. Over time, the rarity of certain Kisatchie quarters is likely to increase, as high-grade examples are tucked away into collections and fewer remain available on the open market. The Kisatchie quarter is a small but powerful reminder that even modern coins can carry a story and a treasure's worth. From its design to its scarcity, it's a piece worth admiring and preserving, and for the luckiest of collectors, the most exceptional Kisatchie quarters have been known to sell for as much as $35,000. Top 2. The United States 2009 Washington quarter honoring the U.S. Virgin Islands is one of the most captivating coins from the District of Columbia and U.S. Territories quarter program. It's a small piece of metal that holds within it a proud celebration of heritage, nature, and history. Many people have handled this quarter without realizing they were holding something truly special, but for collectors, it stands as a remarkable representation of the island's identity and charm. This coin was released as part of the special 6-coin program that came right after the hugely popular 50-state quarter series. While the state quarters focused on the 50 U.S. states, this 2009 program honored the capital and the 5 U.S. territories, with the Virgin Islands quarter quickly becoming a standout favorite among both collectors and history lovers. On the obverse, the coin carries the familiar and dignified profile of George Washington, just as it has since 1932. But it's the reverse that draws the most attention. The design features 3 stunning elements: a yellow elder flower, the official flower of the Virgin Islands, the red-billed tropic bird in flight, and a map of the islands themselves. These symbols together tell the story of beauty, culture, and natural wonder that define the Virgin Islands. The phrase, "United in Pride and Hope," is boldly inscribed on the reverse, serving as both a motto and a heartfelt reminder of the island's spirit. It is this kind of deep meaning packed into a small design that makes the coin a treasured keepsake for many. The 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter was struck in multiple forms: regular circulation strikes from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, proof coins from San Francisco, and even special 90% silver proofs for collectors. Each version has its own appeal, but some are far rarer and more sought after than others. what makes certain Virgin Islands quarters valuable is not just the design but also their condition and rarity. A coin that has been perfectly preserved since the day it left the mint, known as a high mint state grade, can fetch far more than its face value. Proof coins, especially silver proofs, hold even greater appeal due to their sharp detail and mirror-like finish that in some cases, minting errors can transform an ordinary coin into a numismatic gem. Off-center strikes, double dies, and other rare mistakes are highly prized because they are so uncommon. Finding such an error on a Virgin Islands quarter can mean holding a small fortune in your hand. The tropical imagery on the reverse is more than decorative, it's a genuine celebration of island life. The yellow elderflower blooms in abundance in the Virgin Islands, while the red-billed tropic bird is a striking and graceful seabird often seen gliding over the turquoise waters. Together, they evoke the lush and vibrant beauty of the region. The inclusion of the island map gives this coin a sense of place that many collectors love. It's not just a generic design, it's a direct reference to the land and waters that make the Virgin Islands unique. This detail makes it a meaningful collectible for anyone with personal ties to the islands. When it first entered circulation in 2009, the Virgin Islands quarter was eagerly sought after by coin roll hunters and collectors who wanted to complete the entire U.S. territory set. Over the years, as pristine examples have been taken out of circulation and placed into collections, high-grade coins have become increasingly scarce. Collectors often talk about the thrill of finding one of these quarters in uncirculated condition. The sharp lines, vibrant luster, and perfect edges make a coin feel like it's brand new, even though more than a decade has passed since its minting. Silver-proof versions are particularly eye-catching. Struck with precision and made from 90% silver, they offer a rich, elegant appearance that elevates the design's beauty. Many collectors choose to store these in airtight holders to preserve their shine for generations. The value of a Virgin Islands quarter depends heavily on its grade, rarity, and demand. While circulated coins might only be worth a small premium, flawless examples can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And in rare cases, the price can soar even higher. One of the reasons this coin retains strong collector interest is its limited mintage. Since it was only produced for a short time in 2009, the supply of untouched, perfect examples has steadily declined. This natural scarcity fuels the market's enthusiasm. Auction records show that some of the finest known examples of the Virgin Islands quarter have sold for impressive sums. The combination of its beauty, limited availability, and historical significance makes it a coin that sparks competitive bidding. The cultural pride associated with the coin also plays a role in its desirability. For residents and those with family roots in the Virgin Islands, owning one is like holding a tangible piece of their heritage. It's more than currency, it's a small but powerful emblem of identity. Even casual collectors have been drawn to this coin's design. The bird in flight against the backdrop of the map creates a sense of movement and depth rarely achieved in such a small space. The intricate feather details and the elegance of the flowers show off the U.S. Mint's skill. Some Virgin Islands quarters have been found with dramatic errors, like double impressions of the lettering or incomplete strikes. These oddities are rare but can push the value into surprising territory. For those lucky enough to find one, it's like hitting a collector's jackpot. Over time, the Virgin Islands quarter has become a must-have for anyone assembling a complete set of U.S. quarters from the 1999 to 2021 era. Its position in the unique 2009 program ensures it will always be a key date in modern coin collecting. The design's balance between cultural symbolism and natural beauty is one of its greatest strengths. It manages to tell a complete story in just a few elements, a story that resonates deeply with those who know and love the Virgin Islands. Even though millions were made, the true treasures are the coins that remain in flawless, untouched condition. These are the coins that serious collectors chase, often paying significant sums to secure. The Virgin Islands quarter is proof that modern coins can have lasting collector appeal. It's not just old, rare coins that command attention. Newer designs, when done well, can be equally captivating. Every coin has a journey, and some of these quarters have traveled thousands of miles, passing through countless hands before ending up in a display case or protective capsule. That journey only adds to their charm. The best examples of this coin show just how stunning modern minting techniques can be. The polished surfaces, sharp relief, and fine details make them miniature works of art worthy of admiration. for collectors, spotting one of these quarters in near-perfect condition is always exciting. The possibility that it could be a rare, high-grade example makes every coin worth a second look. As time passes, fewer pristine Virgin Islands quarters will be available, which means their value is likely to continue rising. For those who already own one, it's a piece worth holding onto. It's remarkable to think that a small quarter can capture so much history, culture, and beauty. The Virgin Islands 2009 quarter is a testament to the artistry and meaning that can be packed into even the most everyday objects, and for the most exceptional, perfectly preserved examples of the U.S. Virgin Islands 2009 quarter, collectors have paid as much as $65,000. Top 3. The year 2000 marked a special chapter in the United States Mint State Quarters program, and one of the most eye-catching designs from that year was the Massachusetts Washington quarter. This coin is far more than just a piece of everyday change, it's a miniature work of art that captures the proud history and spirit of the Bay State. Many people have spent it without a second thought, but collectors know it can hold remarkable value under the right circumstances. When the Massachusetts quarter was first released, it quickly became a favorite among collectors. The design is simple yet striking, showing the iconic Minuteman statue from Concord, symbolizing the state's deep Revolutionary War heritage. Behind the Minuteman is an outline of Massachusetts itself, complete with a star marking the location of the state capital, Boston. This combination of historical imagery and geographic identity gives the coin a timeless appeal. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, created by John Flanagan and slightly modified for the State Quarter series. This balance between traditional and state-specific imagery made the program a success, and the Massachusetts coin is a shining example of how a quarter can be both a piece of currency and a story in metal. Released as the first quarter of 2000, the Massachusetts coin saw massive public interest. People lined up at banks to get rolls of the new quarters, eager to add them to their collections or save them for future generations. Millions were struck, but not all coins are equal when it comes to collector value. The real excitement comes from the rare and high-grade examples. A coin that has never been in circulation, retaining its original mint luster and free from scratches, can fetch incredible prices. The highest-grade specimens, certified by professional grading services, are the ones that attract the biggest bids at auctions. There are also special versions of the Massachusetts quarter that were never intended for everyday use. These include proof coins made in San Francisco, struck with polished dies for an exceptionally sharp and mirror-like appearance. Some of these were even made in 90% silver, which makes them even more appealing to collectors. Mint errors can also make a Massachusetts quarter worth far more than face value. Off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverses, and other unusual mistakes can turn a common coin into a rare find. Collectors often search through rolls and boxes of coins hoping to spot one of these valuable errors. The Minuteman depicted on the coin is based on the famous statue at Minuteman National Historical Park, a tribute to the citizen soldiers who fought at the Battle of Concord during the Revolutionary War. This imagery connects the coin not only to state pride but also to the very origins of American independence. The map outline of Massachusetts on the reverse is a detail that adds both recognition and uniqueness. It's a design choice that clearly says, "This coin is ours," while still appealing to collectors across the country. Although millions of Massachusetts quarters were minted, finding one in pristine condition is a challenge. Coins that enter circulation quickly pick up scratches, nicks, and wear, which dramatically reduces their value to collectors. High-grade examples, particularly those graded MS 68 or better, are extremely rare. These coins show perfect or near-perfect detail, sharp edges, and a bright, original luster that looks as fresh as the day it left the mint. Over the years, the Massachusetts quarter has held a steady place in collectors' hearts. It represents both a beautiful design and a tangible connection to the state's role in the birth of the United States. The silver-proof version of the coin is especially prized. Its deep mirrored fields and frosted design elements create a stunning contrast that brings the Minuteman to life. These coins were sold directly to collectors in sets and never released into general circulation. For those who love history, this coin is a treasure. It's a reminder of the determination and courage of ordinary citizens who stood up for freedom, and it fits neatly into the palm of your hand. Auction results over the past 2 decades have shown that the most flawless Massachusetts quarters can reach astonishing prices. This is particularly true for coins with rare varieties or unique minting characteristics. Many coin hunters still search through bank rolls hoping to find that perfect Massachusetts quarter. The odds are slim, but the thrill of discovery keeps the hunt alive. Collectors who already own high-grade Massachusetts quarters often store them in protective holders, ensuring that no scratches or tarnish can diminish their beauty or value. The popularity of the state quarters program means that even casual collectors are familiar with this coin, but only a small fraction realize just how valuable certain examples can be. The Minuteman's determined stance and the star over Boston combine to create a design that is both bold and meaningful. It captures a state's identity in a way that few modern coins manage to do. As time passes, pristine Massachusetts quarters will only become harder to find. Many have already been lost to circulation, spending, or damage, which makes the remaining untouched coins all the more valuable. This coin is a perfect example of how numismatics blends art, history, and treasure hunting. It's not just about the monetary value, it's about holding a piece of America's story. The Massachusetts quarter is also a reminder that valuable coins don't have to be ancient. Even a coin minted at the turn of the 21st century can become a prized collector's item if it has the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand. Some collectors specialize entirely in state quarters, and for them, the Massachusetts issue is a must-have centerpiece. Its historical resonance and clean design make it a standout in the entire series, whether found in circulation, bought from a dealer, or inherited from a family collection. The Massachusetts quarter has the potential to surprise its owner with just how much it can be worth. Stories circulate among collectors about lucky finds, someone spotting a flawless example in loose change or uncovering an error coin in a forgotten roll. These moments add to the coin's legend. The balance of bold imagery and clean lines makes this quarter easy to recognize and appreciate, even for those who aren't dedicated collectors. For investors in rare coins, the Massachusetts quarter represents a modern classic, with a value that can grow as pristine examples become scarcer. It stands as a tribute not only to the state of Massachusetts but also to the enduring appeal of well-designed coinage in American culture, and for the most exceptional, perfectly preserved, and rarest examples of the Massachusetts 2000 Washington quarter, collectors have paid as much as $80,000. Top 4. The Washington 2007 State Quarter is one of the most striking and memorable designs from the United States Mint State Quarters program, not just for its artistry but for the pride it carries for the evergreen state. Many people have handled this coin in their change without realizing the history, symbolism, and potential value it can hold. For collectors, this is more than a piece of metal, it's a symbol of natural beauty and state heritage. Released as part of the final years of the State Quarters program, the Washington quarter features a breathtaking design that captures the state's identity in a single image. On the reverse, a leaping salmon arcs through the air with Mount Rainier in the background, framed by evergreens. This is a scene that could be taken straight from Washington's wild rivers, and it instantly connects the coin to the landscapes and wildlife that define the region. The obverse keeps the timeless portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan and refined for the program. This side of the coin gives the familiar sense of stability that has been part of U.S. quarters since 1932, while the reverse bursts with vibrant state character. When it was released in 2007, excitement was high among collectors and the public. Many people actively searched their change to find this coin, and banks often saw customers lining up for fresh rolls of newly minted Washington quarters. The design's natural beauty made it a standout favorite among the 50 states. The quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the San Francisco Mint producing both clad-proof and 90% silver-proof versions. Each mint mark and strike type has its own level of scarcity and appeal, with the silver-proof coins being especially sought after for their rich luster and mirror-like fields. As with all modern coins, condition is key to determining value. A Washington 2007 quarter that has been preserved in perfect, uncirculated condition can command much more than its face value. Coins graded at the highest mint state levels, such as MS 68 or MS 69, are the true treasures that collectors fight to own. Some coins have gained value due to unique minting errors. An off-center strike, double die variety, or other mint anomaly can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary find. These rare mistakes are often discovered by careful collectors who inspect coins under magnification. The salmon on the reverse is not just a decorative element, it's a nod to Washington's ecological heritage. Salmon runs have been vital to the state's culture, economy, and natural environment for centuries. The inclusion of Mount Rainier adds a majestic touch, honoring one of the most iconic and recognizable landmarks in the Pacific Northwest. The text, "The Evergreen State," appears proudly on the reverse, a nickname that reflects Washington's lush forests and year-round greenery. This simple inscription ties together the coin's message of natural beauty and environmental richness. Proof versions of the coin, especially those in silver, are dazzling in appearance. With frosted design elements set against a reflective background, they bring out the details of the salmon scales and the contours of Mount Rainier in a way circulation coins cannot match. Collectors often protect their best Washington quarters in airtight holders to avoid any scratches or tarnish that might reduce their grade and value. A single small flaw can make the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one worth thousands. When the Washington State Quarter entered circulation, many people set aside a few examples as souvenirs. Over the years, most of these coins were spent again, leaving only a limited number of untouched examples in the highest grades. Auction records show that exceptional specimens of this quarter have sold for astonishing amounts, particularly those with flawless strikes, perfect surfaces, and strong visual appeal. The design has also inspired a sense of nostalgia. For residents and admirers of Washington, the coin is a pocket-sized tribute to their home, something that can travel anywhere in the world yet still carry the essence of the state. Even though it was minted in large numbers, the rarity lies in finding a coin that has survived in perfect condition. The moment it enters circulation, wear begins to take its toll, and the sharp details start to fade. Collectors who seek out the Washington Quarter often do so not just for its potential value but for its artistic beauty. The balance between the powerful leap of the salmon and the serene presence of the mountain makes it one of the most dynamic designs in the State Quarter series. For those who collect the full 50-state set, the Washington 2007 Quarter is an essential piece, and many would argue it's among the most visually appealing of them all. The inclusion of multiple mint marks and strike types also makes it a fun coin to collect in different variations. A complete set of all versions can be a rewarding goal for both beginner and advanced collectors. Some of the most valuable examples have come from original mint rolls or proof sets that were carefully stored since 2007. These untouched coins have the advantage of remaining in pristine condition for years. Over time, coins like the Washington 2007 Quarter will likely grow in desirability as top-grade examples are tucked away in permanent collections. The number of perfect coins available on the open market will only decline. For anyone living in or connected to Washington, this coin is a symbol of pride. It's a piece of currency that carries their state's name and identity, making it both personal and collectible. Even casual collectors often find themselves drawn to this coin. Its design speaks to both nature lovers and history buffs, and its place in the State Quarter series gives it broad appeal. Finding one in circulation today in truly uncirculated condition is rare, but the possibility keeps coin hunters checking every quarter they receive in change. The silver-proof version remains a standout for its deep mirrors and high contrast between the design and the fields. These coins display the artistry of the U.S. Mint at its best. As years pass, more people recognize the value of holding on to well-preserved examples of modern commemorative coins like this one. They serve as both investments and keepsakes. The Washington 2007 Quarter is proof that modern coins can hold great artistic and monetary value, making them worthy of serious attention from collectors. It is a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures can be hiding in plain sight, just waiting for someone to notice their worth. And for the most exceptional, rarest, and perfectly preserved examples of the Washington 2007 State Quarter, collectors have paid as much as $72,000. Top 5. The Minnesota 2005 State Quarter is one of the most visually stunning and historically meaningful coins in the entire United States State Quarters program. It is a tribute to the land of 10,000 lakes, a state rich in natural beauty, wildlife, and outdoor heritage. While millions were minted for circulation, certain examples of this quarter are now worth far more than their face value, making them a prized treasure for collectors. Released in 2005, the Minnesota Quarter quickly gained attention for its detailed and artistic design. On the reverse, we see a serene lake scene, complete with a fisherman casting his line from a small boat, two loons swimming peacefully, and a lush forest framing the horizon. To the left of the scene, the outline of Minnesota is proudly displayed, marked with the location of its capital, St. Paul. This combination of imagery captures the essence of Minnesota life in a way that resonates deeply with residents and admirers alike. The obverse of the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and modified for the State Quarters program. This pairing of the nation's first president with a vivid state scene creates a coin that is both patriotic and personal to Minnesota. When it was first released, the Minnesota quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint produced both clad-proof and silver-proof versions, which were sold directly to collectors. These proof coins are highly polished and display every detail of the design with incredible clarity. The coin's popularity was immediate. Residents of Minnesota saw it as a celebration of their state's natural wonders, while coin collectors across the country recognized it as one of the most picturesque designs in the series. What makes the Minnesota quarter especially interesting to collectors is that it has one of the largest numbers of known die varieties among the state quarters. Some coins were struck with doubled images of the trees along the shoreline, a feature known as a double die error. These varieties can be extremely valuable depending on the clarity and extent of the doubling. High-grade examples of the Minnesota quarter, particularly those graded MS 67 or higher, are rare. A coin must be nearly flawless, with sharp details, strong luster, and no visible marks to achieve such a grade. These top-condition coins can command astonishing prices at auction. The double die error is not the only minting anomaly collectors seek. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and other unusual flaws can also turn an ordinary Minnesota quarter into an extraordinary one. These errors are rare, which is why they are so valuable. The design of the coin reflects Minnesota's strong connection to outdoor recreation. Fishing is one of the state's most popular pastimes, and the loon is the official state bird, known for its haunting call and graceful appearance. The forested background and calm waters perfectly encapsulate the peaceful beauty of Minnesota's wilderness. The outline of the state on the reverse ensures that the coin is unmistakably tied to Minnesota. The small star marking St. Paul adds a personal touch, recognizing the heart of the state's government and culture. Proof versions of the coin, especially those struck in 90% silver, offer a breathtaking view of the design. The contrast between the frosted details and mirrored background makes the scene come alive, as if you're looking through a window into Minnesota's great outdoors. Collectors often protect their finest Minnesota quarters in airtight holders or slabs from professional grading services. Even a small scratch or bit of tarnish can significantly reduce a coin's grade and, with it, its market value. Many coin enthusiasts enjoy hunting through rolls of quarters in hopes of finding one of the double die varieties. While most finds are circulated examples, the possibility of discovering a high-grade error coin keeps the hunt exciting. The Minnesota quarter's beauty and collectible potential have made it a standout piece in the State Quarter series. It's a coin that appeals to both seasoned numismatists and casual collectors who simply appreciate a well-made design. Over the years, auction records have shown that the most pristine examples, especially rare double die errors in mint state condition, can sell for thousands of dollars. One of the reasons this coin retains strong collector interest is its combination of artistry, symbolism, and the thrill of rare varieties. Unlike some modern coins, the Minnesota quarter offers both visual appeal and the potential for significant value. The design's balance between land, water, and wildlife is what makes it so memorable. It's not just a static image, it tells a story about life in Minnesota and the state's deep appreciation for nature. For collectors working to complete a full 50-state set, the Minnesota quarter is a must-have, and many aim to own it in multiple versions: Philadelphia, Denver, clad-proof, and silver-proof. Some of the most valuable Minnesota quarters have been preserved in original U.S. mint rolls or sets since 2005, untouched by circulation. These coins retain their original brilliance and sharpness, making them highly desirable. As more collectors learn about the double die varieties, demand for the Minnesota quarter has grown. Certain varieties are so scarce that they rarely appear on the open market. Finding one of these rare varieties in pristine condition can be life-changing for a collector, not only in terms of monetary value but also in the satisfaction of making a rare discovery. The Minnesota quarter also serves as a reminder that valuable coins are not limited to the distant past. Even coins minted in the 21st century can become prized treasures when rarity and condition align. Its depiction of the loon, the fisherman, and the state's scenic beauty is a timeless tribute to Minnesota's identity. making it a meaningful keepsake even for those who are not coin collectors. Every time someone finds a Minnesota quarter in their change, they hold a piece of the state's history and spirit in their hand. And sometimes, that small coin can be worth far more than they imagine. The key to spotting a valuable Minnesota quarter is knowing what to look for, especially the DoubleTree varieties and high mint state grades. For investors in rare coins, the Minnesota quarter represents a modern classic, with a value that can appreciate as the years pass and high-grade examples become even scarcer. Whether tucked away in a collection or displayed as a centerpiece, this coin has earned its place among the most desirable state quarters ever produced, and for the most exceptional, perfectly preserved, and rarest examples of the Minnesota 2005 state quarter, collectors have paid as much as $75,000. Top 6. The year 2006 brought a stunning addition to the United States Mint's 50 state quarters program, and for Nebraska, it was a moment of pride wrapped in silver-colored beauty. The Nebraska state quarter dollar captured not only the charm of the Great Plains but also the essence of American history, heritage, and artistry in a single coin. This piece is more than just a form of currency, it's a little disc of history, and for collectors, it's a treasure that has turned out to be worth far more than its face value. When you first hold a Nebraska quarter from 2006, you notice the distinctive reverse design that sets it apart from others. This design features Chimney Rock rising proudly in the background, an iconic landmark that once guided countless pioneers on the Oregon Trail. In the foreground, a covered wagon rolls westward under the guidance of an oxen team, capturing the determination and dreams of those who ventured into the unknown in search of a better life. It's a design filled with symbolism, honoring the grit and endurance that shaped the American frontier. The obverse, like all state quarters, carries the classic portrait of George Washington. But when you flip the coin over to see Nebraska's design, it's like stepping back in time to the 19th century, feeling the dust of the trail and hearing the creak of wagon wheels. This is why so many coin enthusiasts and historians love this particular quarter. It tells a story in metal. The Nebraska quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with additional proof versions made for collectors. While millions of them were struck, not all Nebraska quarters are created equal. Certain varieties, errors, and conditions can make a single piece worth a small fortune. This is where the magic of coin collecting comes in, because sometimes, a quarter you find in your pocket change can turn out to be a life-changing discovery point. One of the most remarkable things about this quarter is how specific errors and unique conditions increase its value dramatically. Errors like double dies, die cracks, or even unusual striking flaws can make the coin a rarity. And when these rare Nebraska quarters are preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, their value in the collector's market can skyrocket. Imagine finding one that has never been touched by circulation, its luster shining as if it just rolled out of the minting press, every detail of Chimney Rock in the covered wagon sharp and crisp. Such coins are highly sought after, and auctions have seen jaw-dropping bids for these rare finds. For many collectors, the Nebraska quarter is not just a piece of metal but a link to America's pioneering history. The Oregon Trail, represented so beautifully on the reverse, was a lifeline for thousands of settlers heading west. Each wagon carved its own story into the land, and this coin commemorates that monumental journey. It's fascinating to think about how a coin worth only 25 cents in face value could end up being one of the most coveted pieces in a collection. Yet that's the beauty of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. A small detail, a minting mistake, or even just the passage of time can turn an ordinary coin into a rare gem. Collectors from all over the country and even abroad have their eyes on the Nebraska quarter, especially those struck with exceptional precision or bearing unique varieties. They're not just buying a coin, they're investing in a piece of American history that only grows more valuable with each passing year. And then there's the thrill factor. The idea that a rare Nebraska quarter could be sitting unnoticed in someone's old change jar or tucked away in a forgotten drawer makes the hunt exciting. Every time a collector flips through a pile of coins, there's that small rush of hope. Could this be the one? Auction houses and online marketplaces have seen bidding wars over certain Nebraska quarters, with prices climbing into staggering figures. It's proof that even a modern coin can hold extraordinary value if it has the right combination of rarity, demand, and condition. Some lucky finds have been made right out of circulation, while others have come from coin rolls straight from the bank. But regardless of how they're found, one thing remains constant: the Nebraska State Quarter holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Its design not only honors Nebraska's natural beauty and historic significance but also serves as a testament to the artistry and craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. Every line, curve, and engraving tells a story, and when paired with rarity, it becomes a treasure. Even those who aren't serious collectors can appreciate the visual beauty of the Nebraska Quarter. It's one of those designs that feels alive, almost like you can hear the wheels turning and the oxen pulling, heading toward the horizon. This coin reminds us that money can be more than just a means of exchange, it can be a piece of culture, history, and pride. And when that piece of history also happens to be rare and valuable, it becomes a prize worth chasing. The Nebraska Quarter also plays a role in teaching younger generations about the state's place in American history. Teachers and parents often use coins like these to spark curiosity about geography, history, and the stories behind the designs. In the grand scheme of the 50 State Quarters program, Nebraska stands out as one of the most iconic. Its blend of historical narrative and striking artwork makes it unforgettable. The fact that some of these coins have reached astonishing values only adds to their mystique. Every collector dreams of finding one, and every auction seems to bring a new story of an unexpected treasure discovered. It's worth noting that the Nebraska Quarter's value is not just tied to rarity, it's tied to the passion and demand of collectors. And with that demand still going strong years after its release, there's no sign of its popularity fading. Even casual hobbyists who stumble upon one in change often find themselves diving deeper into coin collecting, all thanks to the intrigue of this one design. That's the power of a great coin. It can turn curiosity into passion. Some may see it as just a quarter, but for others, it's a ticket to a thrilling treasure hunt. That's why stories of valuable Nebraska quarters continue to circulate among coin communities and collectors' forums. Every collector has their own reasons for loving this coin, whether it's the history it represents, the beauty of its design, or the potential for a significant payday. And for some, it's all three. This little disc of metal has bridged generations, connecting the past to the present through the simple act of minting and collecting. It's a tradition that shows no sign of slowing down. So the next time you have some spare change, take a moment to look closely at each coin. Because who knows? You might just have a Nebraska quarter worth far more than you think. After all, certain rare examples of the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter dollar have sold for as much as $77,000. Top 7. In the year 2000, the United States Mint continued its captivating 50 State Quarters program, releasing designs that celebrated the heritage, history, and symbols of each state in the Union. Among these treasures was the New Hampshire State Quarter, a coin that quickly gained admiration for its striking imagery and unique story. This coin is more than just currency, it is a miniature piece of art and history that has captured the hearts of collectors. The New Hampshire Quarter showcases one of the state's most iconic natural landmarks, the Old Man of the Mountain. This rock formation, which resembled the profile of a man's face, was a beloved symbol of the state until it tragically collapsed in 2003. At the time of the coin's release, the Old Man stood proudly in the White Mountains, and the quarter preserved its memory for generations to come. The coin's design also features the state's motto, "Live Free or Die," which is a powerful expression of New Hampshire's fierce independence and revolutionary spirit. This bold motto is etched alongside the depiction of the rock profile, reminding anyone who holds this quarter of the state's deep commitment to liberty. Struck in copper-nickel clad, like most circulating quarters of the era, the New Hampshire quarter is a common coin in circulation. However, rare variations and high-grade examples can transform this ordinary piece of change into a valuable collector's item. One of the most sought-after traits in this quarter is its pristine condition. Coins that have never been handled and remain in mint state, graded by professional services at the highest levels, can command staggering prices. These flawless examples are as fresh as the day they left the mint, their luster untouched by the wear and tear of circulation. Another aspect that makes some New Hampshire quarters so valuable is minting errors. A small number were struck with off-center images, double dies, or other striking anomalies that make them incredibly rare. Collectors go to great lengths to find such unique pieces, and these errors can drastically increase a coin's value. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced millions of these quarters, but finding one that is rare in the eyes of collectors requires a careful examination. Even tiny differences in strike quality, surface preservation, or metal composition can make a world of difference in value. The design's intricate details, the chiseled face of the Old Man, the rocky contours of the mountain, and the bold motto, also make it a favorite among those who appreciate artistry in coinage. When well preserved, the fine lines of this design truly stand out. For many collectors, the New Hampshire quarter holds sentimental value as well. The Old Man of the Mountain was a cherished state emblem for over a century, and the quarter remains one of the last widely circulated depictions of it before its collapse. Over time, coins like this become harder to find in top condition. Circulation wears down the fine details, dulls the luster, and leaves small nicks and scratches. This is why high-grade examples are considered rare treasures in today's market. Auction houses and private collectors often compete fiercely for the best specimens, driving prices up to remarkable heights. These coins are more than just bits of metal, they're pieces of American history preserved in your hand. The year 2000 was also the first year of the new millennium, which adds an extra layer of historic charm to these coins. Many collectors value this as part of the story, making coins from this year more sought after. While millions of New Hampshire quarters remain in circulation, most are worth only face value. The true gems are those that combine rarity, condition, and historical significance into one extraordinary piece. It's worth noting that the State Quarters program brought many new collectors into the hobby. Some who started casually in 2000 have since become serious numismatists, and the New Hampshire coin remains a favorite in their collections. Beyond the monetary value, this quarter connects people to a moment in time. It's a reminder of a proud state, a unique landmark, and the enduring motto that reflects the American spirit. For those who specialize in state quarters, the New Hampshire issue is considered a key piece in completing a high-quality set. Many strive to own one in perfect condition or with an interesting error. The thrill of discovering such a coin in change, though rare, still excites collectors. Some lucky individuals have unknowingly carried a valuable treasure in their pockets without realizing it. Professional grading services play a key role in determining the worth of these coins. A certified high-grade example can fetch a price far beyond what most expect for a simple quarter. The artistry of the reverse design, combined with George Washington's dignified portrait on the obverse, makes this coin visually appealing from both sides. This balance of history and artistry is part of what draws collectors to it. In the numismatic market, stories drive value just as much as rarity. The Old Man of the Mountain's collapse only added to the legend of this coin, making it a lasting tribute to a lost natural wonder. Collectors often share tales of their hunts for rare quarters, and the New Hampshire 2000 issue frequently features in these stories. Whether found in a coin roll, a jar of change, or purchased from a dealer, it always comes with a sense of discovery. As with all valuable coins, authenticity and condition matter greatly. Counterfeits and altered coins exist, so expert evaluation is important before making a purchase. The demand for state quarters has remained strong for over 2 decades, and some believe it will only increase as younger generations inherit these collections. High-grade New Hampshire quarters have appeared in major coin auctions, where bidding wars break out among determined buyers. These events are thrilling for those who love the hobby. This coin stands as both a work of art and a time capsule, capturing a piece of New Hampshire's identity for eternity. Whether you are a casual collector or a dedicated numismatist, the New Hampshire quarter is one to watch for. Its combination of historical significance, rarity, and beauty makes it unforgettable. The joy of holding such a coin comes from knowing you are connected to both history and a nationwide collecting phenomenon that captivated millions. In the end, the most exceptional examples of the 2000 New Hampshire state quarter can command astonishing amounts in the right market. Some have reached a value as high as $70,000.